What's going on, y'all? It's your favorite businessman, CEO Rico, on ceoricotv.com. And today we got another video of Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, in this particular video, I haven't fully reviewed it yet, so we are going to review it together on the first hand. And mind you, Dr. Umar has basically, I guess, somewhat going viral for over the past maybe month or so, dealing with a situation with a woman he was dealing with. And then supposedly his bank account had fraud going on with it, and he was basically begging for money again from his supporters. And now he's saying that his school is about to get auctioned off. Guys, let's jump right into this because this one is blowing my mind. Even though I haven't even seen it yet, it's still blowing my mind. Let's get into it, though.
Special announcement. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Brothers and sisters, we are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. So not only are the accounts frozen, make sure y'all hit my Venmo and my PayPal, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, or tap my Venmo. Text me for the links to donate to FDMG. Text me for the links to support Dr. Umar, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858. On August the 5th, brothers and
Now, I got to pause it real quick because what's not making sense to me simply right now, right? He's talking about some hit the Cash App, hit his Venmo, donate to Dr. Umar. He didn't say anything specifying the school. He's specifying specifically to him. Now, here's my only thing, and this just as adults. At what point, just because we changed the words to donate, is this not begging, right? It, in essence, is panhandling over the internet. Now, my biggest concern is Dr. Umar is supposed to be, scholarly, king conscious, and everything like that. But nevertheless, Dr. Umar is a grown ass man, and with being a grown ass man, as men, we go out and we handle our business and we go make our money. This entire time that he's been doing what he's been doing, all of the interviews, all of the special appearances, speaking at these different engagements, how is it that you have no access to funds? Now, in regards to the school and everything like that, see, being in the business world, I understand, his point on what he was trying to do for the community. But another thing that I also understand is if you don't everything is a business. Everything is a business. And this is one thing I teach my kids. When I say everything, I'm talking about school, hospitals, even nonprofit charities from the individuals that actually have a significant amount of wealth or just understand how to move money and everything like that. Even nonprofit businesses or entities are businesses in a sense, right? How can you run a school and you don't understand business, or you don't even know? I can't even say if he don't know a thing about business or not, because it's crazy. Because at this point in the game, I can conclude, me personally, I don't know about you, I can conclude that Dr. Umar has officially been finessing, bro. Finessing. First off, he shows the school, right, in his background, one of his previous videos where he's talking massive ish, right? That's kind of how I got to look at it. He's talking massive ish, and he shows the school. But how is it that consecutively every time he's on an interview, it's always the same thing that needed to be done? How is it that it's taking you a whole year to get the tile put down on the floor? How is it that people are continuously donating to this school, and yet you're going to all these different appearances and interviews and everything like that when the school is supposed to be the main objective. Now, I'm not saying that a person cannot move around and do what they need to do in order to go get the bag. Yes, but it's like, bro, do you not know that you need a team? Do you not know that you have to get things in order if this is your whole push? But it's like, bro, no, you've been finessing this whole time, because that's the only thing I can see. At the fact that, listen, I'm not emotional whatsoever, but it's just so many thoughts are running through my head in regards to Dr. Umar and what's going on with him. And it's somewhat of a disappointment, slightly, but as time has been going on, especially with the incident dealing with his firstborn, I kind of like as a dad and as a man, I kind of like lost all respect for him in general. And it was like a slight ounce, but that slight ounce is literally gone now, right? Because it was like, I honestly look at it as the cherry was put on top with this one. Seriously. And I'm gonna continue in a second because it's a lot more. But I want to get back into this video because it's kind of long. But let's get back into it.
Sisters. On August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this.
I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it. Because the reason why I don't believe it is because basically in every single scenario that Dr. Umar explains that's dealing with himself, he's always the victim. It's like, bro, at what point does life turn around for you at this point? King Kong consciousness, all and I'm not saying it because understand, I'm not like pointing a finger. I'm not like demonized. I'm not doing none of that shit. It's a true disappointment on what's going on right now, because how long this, what, 20 what, 11 12ish is when he supposedly started like the whole campaign to find a school. 2011 I graduated high school. I was 18 years old. Bro, I'm now 32 and this school still has not been fully open. Nobody has been there. But yet all of a sudden the city didn't notify you that they were going to put in a auction for the registration for a vacant building. Bro, why weren't you on top of that? I thought this was the whole mission and motive here. Now all of a sudden it's the war and fight against you and FDMG. No, bro. It's like at some point, and I'm speaking to the black community right now, okay? At some point, when the fuck do we wake up and say, you know what? Nobody's fucking coming to save us. We need to look in the mirror first. We need to get ourselves together. We need to get our households together. And then we can start looking out for the fucking community. Because as of right now, bro, putting hope in individuals, and I'm even talking about, bro, even way prior to this, because I have literally been on a freaking journey. A journey to, about our history and everything, right? And why does it seem like that a lot of our scholars, it's like they died off from like the 1960s and 70s. And ever since then, we really have not had anybody that came about and really like made significant changes from the ones of yesteryear, right? Now, then I started to look at it from a position of, well, it starts with us as individuals first, because the best thing that I can do for my own community is be the best person that I can possibly be. As a black man within a black community, the best thing that I can do is to make sure I hold myself to a higher standard, have integrity about myself, have good morals, raise my family, and give them the proper structure, the proper discipline, and everything to prepare them to go outside in life in order to compete against the rest of the fucking world. When do we start doing that? As men, when do we start doing that? As women, when do y'all start doing that? Holding yourselves accountable to where we don't keep falling victim to stupid shit like this. Because time and time again, have we not seen somebody that came up within the black community that was supposed to be this goddamn messiah to do something for the black community, and then they get fucking finessed. They get finessed. The real estate, what was his name? Jay Morrison. Jay Morrison, scam. Dr. Umar now is about to come out to be a fucking scam. Everything is a scam.
This past weekend, without an email. This past weekend, without a letter in the mail. This past weekend, without a phone call. The city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus. Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why?
Bro, y'all don't see the bullshit? Brothers and sisters, why weren't we notified? Brothers and sisters, why the fuck wasn't the bills paid? Why wasn't the bills paid? Where's all this donating money going to? Why weren't the bills paid? I'm about to start repeating all this shit 3 times just like him. Why weren't the bills paid? Email, registrations. That's just like if bro, if you don't renew the tags on your car, that shit get took. Ain't nobody about to send you no notification. When you don't pay your bills and they keep on sending you an email, not an email, but mail. Eventually they have a shut-off notice on that boy too, don't they? So what are we talking about here, man? Unpaid utility bills. Why aren't the bills getting paid? And on top of that, who the fuck is in the building to be running the bills up? Who's taking care of the property? If you're not there, who's running utility bills up?
Why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence?
Okay.
Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs? They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers. Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers. But luckily for us, Sister Ra Ebony was able to get the paperwork off the Marcus Garvey School before the haters stole that paperwork. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe that they were going to sell the school and they wanted to sell the school before we found out. I believe that they wanted to sell the school before we found out. We were not supposed to know that they were going to sell our school. Why do I say that? We were given no notification. We received no letter in the mail. We received no email. We received no phone call that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door. In a low-income neighborhood, they put a notice on the door with rubber band and masking tape. They put a notice on the school front door with a rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, it gets worse. Back in April, when I found out about the overdue vacant property registration fees, I had asked the city of Wilmington if they could retroactively apply our nonprofit waiver. According to the nonprofit waiver for the city of Wilmington, if you are a nonprofit organization, they will waive your vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If you are a nonprofit organization in the city of Wilmington, they will waive your nonprofit vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If they would have applied our nonprofit vacant property registration waiver, we would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. But I asked them and they ignored my emails for 4 months. They ignored my phone calls for 4 months. They ignored our emails for 4 months. They ignored our phone calls for 4 months. And instead, the first time I hear from them since April, the first time I hear from them since contacting them April, asking them to apply a vacant property registration fee waiver to the past 4 years so we would owe absolutely nothing, they ignored me since April. They ignored me since April. No phone call, no email, nothing in the postal mail since April. And the first thing we find out, the first time we hear from them since April, is a letter on the front door of the school, affixed with a rubber band and masking tape. A rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, giving us 20 days to pay these back taxes. We already paid $30,000 for water that we don't even use. We just paid $30,000 to the city of Wilmington.
See, remember what I said if you are not like, I don't know, business minded, if you don't understand business because everything is a business, then basically you shouldn't be running a business. So I can understand where he's coming from, where he says, we just paid 30 grand for a water bill that we were not using. Well, I know here in the city of Detroit, right? If you purchase a property, typically you get a title search done. And within that title search, it finds all the liens that are incumbent, y'all know what I'm saying, tied to that property. And before you can close on that property, you got to get those taken care of. So how is it that you got a water bill? Either the water bill came before you purchased the property or during. But nevertheless, you knew about the water bill. So cool, you paid 30 grand. But yet he never once spoken up about anything in regards to the building, as far as registration or anything like that. Now, mind you, when he first started speaking, he said it was the registration and it was, I don't even remember the other thing that he said, but now he's saying back taxes. Now, it could be just simply wordplay, so I'm not going to hold that against him. But once again, who's running the actual school? Who's actually handling the paperwork? Who's actually doing all these things? Now, mind you, Dr. Umar has a number of different things going on. He has children that he should be taking care of, or at least checking in on, doing something in regards to. He's going to a number of different events. He's speaking at different events. He's trying to open up the school, everything like that. Is he trying to do all this by himself? That's one question. Second question is, hopefully he's not. Who is his team? Is he just trying to, how can I say, not pay any money to get these things done? Is he trying to pay his team, or is he trying to save money and just not handle what he needs to handle? I don't know. But it's really mind-blowing that the blame is like he's not taking accountability for any of his actions. It's always another party that's the problem. He chose the school, he chose the city, he chose all of these things. He said that they're in an impoverished area. He's trying to harp on the fact of they put it up there with a rubber band and masking tape, which, I mean, that definitely is, it sounds very ghetto. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you already in an impoverished area, I mean, what do you want it? Do you want it? I don't know. Like, it's like, at what point do we stop being victims here? At what point is accountability being held? That's my question, bro. I don't get it. Man, let's try to make it through this video, bro.
For water that we don't even use. And now we got to pay another $30,000 for vacant property registration fees that we shouldn't even owe because we should have a waiver. We should have a waiver. We should have a waiver. And it gets worse, brothers and sisters. It gets worse because they are raising the vacant property registration fee. They are raising the vacant property registration fee this fall from $5,000 a year to $12,000 a year. I'm going to say it again. They are raising the vacant property registration fee this fall from $5,000 a year to $12,000 a year. Brothers and sisters, I want y'all to get ready for a protest. I want all FDMG donors and supporters to get ready for a protest. We may have to march on City Hall, brothers and sisters. We may have to march on City Hall because of the racism. I'm going to call it what it is, racism. Discriminatory treatment. Why did we get no notification that y'all were going to sell our schools? Why did you not respond to any of our emails to retroactively apply our vacant property registration fee waiver? I knew they didn't want Dr. Umar in Wilmington. I didn't know it was this bad. I knew that the power structure. I'm not talking about the brothers and sisters in the community. They love us. Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family. Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family. They love Dr. Umar and FDMG. I'm talking about the power structure of Wilmington, Delaware. We knew they didn't want us in that city, but we didn't know they would go this far as to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far as to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell our schools that we've been working on for 6.5 years behind our backs. So brothers and sisters, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fight like hell to get our money from the bank. We're going to pay off this vacant property registration fee waiver. And we might still have a protest at City Hall because this is wrong, brothers and sisters. I have emailed the mayor. I have gotten no response. I have emailed the chief of staff. I have gotten no response. I have emailed the city council president. I have gotten no response. So brothers and sisters, I'm going to meet with my team and we're going to decide if we're going to go ahead and have this protest. And it ain't going to be one. We're going to do multiple protests. And we're going to invite our donors and supporters from across the state of Delaware, our donors and supporters across the United States, and our donors and supporters across the entire planet. We may have to march on Delaware to let them know that you don't treat black people like this. Because if I was white, I wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Asian, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Arab, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Jewish, we wouldn't have been treated like this. But we were treated like this because we were black. How dare you ignore us for 4 months and then put a sign on our door without even telling us that you're going to sell our properties? Brothers and sisters, why didn't we receive a certified letter? Why didn't we receive a certified letter? Why didn't we receive an email? Why didn't we receive a phone call? Oh, we not going to quit. We not going to give in. The only thing left on the elementary school is to lay down the tile. We're going to lay down this tile. And we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're going to lay down this tile and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're going to lay down this tile and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. And if we have trouble getting our inspection and certificate of occupancy, we will have to march.
We're going to march.
We will have to march. We might march anyway, brothers and sisters. We're not giving up. We're not giving up, brothers and sisters. We're not giving up. We need y'all to call the mayor of Wilmington, Delaware.
Guys, I'm trying my absolute best here. I promise you I am. But when the fuck has marching really helped since the 60s or something like that? When is the whole marching and protesting done anything, bro? Like, honestly, like, why aren't we getting attorneys involved? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't we doing that? Why are, like, I don't get it. It's the same tactic over and over and over again, bro. And it's like, what is that really going to solve? Let me tell y'all something. So, over here in the D, right? So it's a city called Dearborn. Dearborn is mainly populated by Arabs, right? Now, for anybody who's driven through Dearborn, one thing I can say is honestly they're like the worst drivers in Michigan, but that's neither here nor there. But one thing I can honestly say that I respect about that community is the fact that they like when they've came over here and they've built their entire community. I'm talking like they have some of the like most beautiful houses. I mean, you'll go down some of these blocks and the buildings are, I mean, not buildings, but the houses are extremely small. And then you keep going down, then you'll see, bam, it's this big ass like mansion looking house almost, right? And then next door it's another one, and then down the street it's another one. And then when you actually communicate with them, it's like, oh yeah, my uncle owns this, or we got a hookah lounge, or we got a gas station, or I know some guys, they got a car lot, or they got, it's like they hustling, right? And the only thing I can do is respect it, because I cannot respect anybody who plays the victim narrative like Dr. Umar. He plays the victim narrative so much, and it's always the same thing. It's always about marching and stuff like that. And it's like, my thing is this: I'm perfectly fine with you all coming together for a common cause, and you're actually getting some results, right? But what the fuck is marching gonna do? Honestly, I can understand you might make some people mad, or people may feel scared or something like that. But what is marching gonna do? Matter of fact, let me ask y'all another question. How long are we supposed to wait for this school? Like, do our lives supposed to stop? Like, why isn't the message to our young men and our young women, why isn't the message that, you know what? Yes, you guys may have grew up in a situation where you might not have had both of your parents. You may have grew up in poverty. You may have grew up in some of the worst schools. But considering the fact that you do have access to online platforms, you do have access to AI tools, you do have access to so much information at your fingertips to start educating yourselves. Why not have the conversation that you need to make sure the person that you choosing to be with and that you're laying down with, it should be somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with. It should be somebody to where you guys can build with each other. What are your common goals? Are you teaching yourself financial literacy? Do you understand what it means to invest into the stock market or to trade futures or crypto, or to actually trade in the stock market? Like, why aren't we having those type of conversations? Why aren't we having the conversations with a CD is, or how to decrease tax your tax burden at the end of the year? Or how about you go out there and you go get a skill to where you can actually earn a significant amount, and then you can reinvest back into yourself and continue to run it up? Why aren't we having those type of conversations? Why aren't we having the conversations that you should be, if you are a boy growing into a man? Yes, you may not have had a father, but that doesn't mean that you cannot get proper mentorship and guidance, and then you go on to live a more successful life. Don't repeat the life that you once lived, but start to journey and to live anew. Why isn't that we're talking about family structures, and we actually need to stay within our create our own families and stay within our own families? Why aren't we saying, yo, ladies, keep your legs closed? If you got kids, just understand that you should go back to the man that you made those kids with. Instead of wanting to be out here having a broken family, why not just go back and reunite your family and actually work that shit out for the betterment of your kids? And then it will in turn be a betterment for the overall fucking community. But yet all we sit here and hear from people always say, march, 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 boycott this, boycott that. Oh, they being so racist towards us. Oh, they doing this. Oh, they doing that. So when the fuck are we gonna do something about it? When are we gonna wake the fuck up and do stuff for ourselves? This is not necessarily doing nothing for ourselves. This is putting money into a fucking cause that from the even though we all wanted it to work, but if you didn't have all the things in place to make the shit work, you always gonna have pitfalls. And on top of that, if the people that you claim to be so racist and everything, if they are in the positions of power, right? How do you think you can sit here and go at the positions of power and think anything is gonna go in your favor, right? Because it's not like our community is a community where we're thriving financially to where we can go into places and be like, hey, pay a couple dollars here, pay a couple dollars there. Hey, I need this taken care of. I need this taken care of. We need these resources to come back to our community. Make sure that happen. Instead, we bitching and complaining, rah, 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 let's march, let's march. We gonna scream loud, black power, and we gonna get into the microphone and scream everything to the top of our fucking lungs for a short period of time just to go back home with nothing. I'm sorry, but for anybody who is screaming it and saying all that, bro, show me where the fuck that shit has worked and where it has got our people into a better situation. Please show me. Please navigate me to give me the exact videos, the exact multiple cities or the states where our people are thriving because they marched and all this. Please show me, because I have yet to see it. And I lived, born and raised in a city that was predominantly black people. And my city was the largest city in fucking history to go bankrupt. And our shit was basically demolished in a sense, and it has came back significantly. There's so much money flowing in this boy now. I see more and more black men out here getting to the bag, more black women getting to the bag, despite the fact that maybe families may be a little fucked up, but at least they get into some money, right? They're doing something about their own circumstances, and they're changing their future, which in turn is going to change the future of others as well. When are we going to start doing that as a collective? Because for the life of me, I don't understand why our people always want to sit here and bitch and complain about about things that happened yesteryear. Oh, what they did this to us. Bro, nobody cares. When the fuck are we going to move on and go do something about our current situation going towards the future? I'm not going to let my kids suffer the way that I did growing up simply because I want to be this black power I'm not doing it. I'm going to take care of my kids, and I'm going to make sure they get the best education that I can possibly afford for them, and then keep on moving forward. I'm going to make sure they got proper family structure, so when they have their kids, they're going to teach their black ass kids on what to do and how to maneuver through life and how to win.
We need y'all to call the mayor's chief of staff in Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the city council president of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the commissioner of license and inspections of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the vacant property office of Wilmington, Delaware, and demand that those unjust fees be removed from our account. Let them know that you are a donor of FDMG. Let them know you are a supporter of FDMG. And let them know that if this situation is not rectified, we will march on the city and we will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware. We will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware for racism and discriminatory treatment. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858, text message only. 215-989-9858, text message only. 215-989-9858, text message only. This is your brother, Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde, letting you know that I'm still standing for black people. I'm still riding for black boys, and we will open the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. No racism from the city of Wilmington will stop us. No sabotage from the city of Wilmington will stop us. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the mayor. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the mayor's chief of staff. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the commissioner for license and inspections. Tomorrow morning, call the city council president of Wilmington and ask them, why was Dr. Umar in FDMG ignored for 4 months when he was trying to rectify this problem? Why was Dr. Umar in FDMG Academy ignored for 4 months while he was trying to rectify this problem? Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. We will not retroactively apply your vacant property registration fee waiver. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. But instead of responding to me the first week of April, instead of responding to me the first week of April, instead of responding to me the first week of April, they ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend. They ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend saying we're going to sell these schools if you don't pay our money. We're not going to email you. We're not going to send you a letter in the mail. We're not going to call you. We're going to put a letter on your door that somebody can take and run off with as somebody did. They took the letter off the high school and sent it to YouTube, the struggle streamers. What if they took the letter off the elementary school? What if they took the letter off the elementary school? What if they took the letter off the elementary school? Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill. They say we owe $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe $20,000 on the high school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the high school. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. We need y'all to help us pay this bill. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. But if we don't, y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. You don't have to root for me, brother. I don't need you. I got more than enough supporters. But I want everybody to know that there might be a protest soon. We need you to come in from Africa, from Europe, from Australia, from Canada, to come in from all the 50 states and show the city of Wilmington, Delaware. You will not disrespect black people. You will not sabotage black people. You will not discriminate against black people. And you will not try to steal property from black people. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde, standing strong. Leo season. We will not quit. We will not abdicate. We will not equivocate. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Garveyism to get back. Pan-Africanism to perish. See you in Nat Turner land. See you in New Orleans. See you in Hattiesburg. See you in Mobile, Alabama. This is your brother, King Kong Consciousness. I love you too. Peace and Pan-Africanism. Washington, D.C., we stand with you. Donald Trump want to...
Okay, so I'm assuming he's just about to call out a whole bunch of cities and states. So that's the end of that, man. I don't know what you guys. What do you guys think? Like, I just can't. I can't see where this is beneficial, man. And then it's like, I understand like there's causes, but he always talks about the black, as he say, bourgeoisie. So the black bougie people, I guess. So it's basically the people with money. But the people who are not, financially savvy, how he say, coming from Africa, coming from Australia, Canada, all like that. So because I have to look at life from a realistic, practical standpoint. So there's going to be people that's going to fly all the way from Africa, all the way from Australia, all the way from Canada. They're going to come all the way to Wilmington, Delaware to go protest for a school that has been getting worked on for 6.5 years. And all of a sudden, after a run-in with a woman that you had dealings with multiple times, that he say gummy beared his Shango stick, you assume that they try to access your bank accounts, and it was said that it was speculations of fraud, but you were supposed to get the money refunded back to you, and you have no documentation of said event. And at the end of the day, it's not like he got to really like just post it out there, no, but there's no documentation. The school has been needing tile put down for I think about a year now, because I remember he was on a Breakfast Club. I think it was last year. He was on a Breakfast Club and he was talking about the tile needing to be put down and the HVAC and everything like that. And from that point moving forward, then it was supposed to be the occupancy certificate. And then he was supposed to be opening up in like August. If you could pay for a $30,000 water bill, and I remember when he was discussing about, how the black people were the one ripping him off, so he had to hire white people, and they got the job done within a matter of days and everything like that. So why didn't you pay the white person to come in and put tile down? Or actually pay the black people that run their own businesses, that actually are reputable business owners and that put in work. Why not actually pay them what they're worth, pay them their fee, so they can come in and put the tile down, and you could have the school open? See, there's so many questions that I really do have, and I'm not gonna lie, I really do not believe what he's saying at all. I don't, because it don't take a whole year to put tile down. And if it was really that important, bro, I'm not gonna say if it was really that important. And if this was such at the top of your list as a priority, why not simply hop on YouTube, learn how to put the tile down that you need, and just get to work? Because I guarantee if you did it by yourself, it would have been done within a year. Yeah, it would have been a little challenging, for sure. But there's multiple options when it comes to putting flooring down as well. So why not go through none of those options? I cannot support this, guys. I can't. I cannot support it because it makes no logical sense, and it really looks like a failure from jump. Guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I will get at y'all later. Peace.